it's a beautiful day here in Toronto at one of our many fine local parks, and decided to spend the day outdoors. And look who I ran into,
Yeah.
Fred Penner.
Of all people, just standing here in this bit of green. Eh?
Is this luck or what?
Indeed.
I am so thrilled to meet you. Welcome
you.
to Real Life. You know, got to listen to a little bit of the familiar theme song music.
Good.
It's been a while since Fred Penner's Place graced our televisions, but you have been a very busy man as of late.
I am constantly busy. I am now. It's interesting. I just thought of this the other day that I have now been off the air as long as was on the air for 13 seasons, from 85 to 97. And now it's been 13 years on the other side. So it's I feel like I'm sort of in the middle of a transition here. But what's really interesting with this journey now is because I made a pretty serious contact with a lot of young people in the early part of this generation. They are now young adults who are having their own children, who are going to university, who are still looking for the connection with my music and my work. And so I'm trying to source out where that'll happen, and I'm going to a lot of universities, to campuses, playing at orientation week, and just trying to reconnect with that generation in their 20s now, and it's working quite well.
And you've got a very close relationship with your fans. I know you actively email, you keep in touch with a lot of your fans, and it's interesting as a mom now myself. You really do, the music you connect with as a child really does hold a very special place in your heart.
It's kind of you, thank you.
And being able to share that with your children now is such a wonderful thing, and for you to see that and be responsible for it, congratulations.
Well, the kudos that come along are often very overwhelming. You know, where a child or a young, I think of them as all as children. But when a young adult comes up to me and says, you know, I'm going into education because of you. I play guitar because, you know, I watched you play. I thought that'd be a good thing. You know, so you get this level of feedback, and it's pretty overpowering, you know, to know that I have had an effect on the lives of someone else. And that's the philosophy, though, that I've been carrying with for forever, really. That never underestimate your ability to make a difference in the life of a child. And starting with that kind of philosophy, you know, working with early childhood organizations, with behavior problem kids, that whole thing, and then seeing it, you know, 20, 30 years later, actually coming true is quite a blessing, I think.
Do you get the opportunity to sort of see some of the children's programming as of today, and kind of this sort of brand of entertainment is really absent from programming lineups today?
I'd say I'm sorry about that.
It's all electronic. There's not that human connection.
Well, I think what happened, you know, is once the technology. I mean, we are caught in this technology vortex anyway. And I think when it started moving into cartoons and got very playful, and the industry started working with that, a lot of television stations thought, oh, well, that's where the industry is going, and we have to make this. And that's pretty much all you see. I mean, there are some human characters in it, but it's all
set up to have a merchandising deal.
It seems like that, you know, and I've always thought of myself as the balance to this. You know, there's no games here. You know, it's truly what you see is what you get, kind of thing, and it's all about, very simply, you know, playing music, communicating, but in an absolutely honest and direct and positive way, and generating response. I think of my performances as dialogues. It's, you know, I'm going to sing a song, and I want you to participate. You know, it's part of my '60s upbringing, and that's what.
Well, that's right. But part of your upbringing, music has been a part of your life since from what I understand. You were penning songs.
You know, when I was born, I'm sure there was some music happening. My parents were both into, you know, a variety of music, some classicals, church music, the swing music from the era. My older brother and sister in the '50s. You know, the early rock, the boy bands, the Four Lads, the Four Aces, you know, the Crew Cuts. I were digging here. But yeah, so I was surrounded with all sorts of wonderful music, and I have a good musical memory. So I recall those, even from the '50s. I mean, it's amazing how I can go back that far and actually remember a chord progression, remember a lyric from that time. So it's a lot of stuff is jammed into this little brain of mine.
Well, we're so glad you shared it with us. You've also been very busy. You feel very strongly about partnering with various charities.
Indeed.
I wanted to speak about the Canadian Down Syndrome Society and the song that you did last year.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. That was, I was at the national conference. I've participated in many events for Down syndrome over the years, and in Ottawa 2 years ago was the national conference. and it was this concept. Usually have an overview name. It's called Celebrate Being. And I thought, well, I like that. You know, that's if you know, well, for anybody, for humanity, it's a beautiful concept. So I like to write to task. So I gave myself the opportunity to write. You want to hear a bit of that?
I do. I would love to if you be so
Yeah, no
kind.
problem. Tune in. Celebrate being a dreamer. Celebrate being real. Celebrate being good friends, telling each other how you feel. Celebrate being happy. Celebrate being proud. Celebrate being effervescent and shouting your name out loud. Everyone is welcome. We are people first. And there's no denying that we'll keep on trying. It turns out better when we're together. I like your style 'cause you make me smile. Celebrate being gentle. Celebrate being kind. Celebrate being filled with love and letting your love light shine.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and people can go online. They can download the song. And the
Not yet.
proceeds-
That's
not
no.
yet.
The song. Now, can they do it? Yes, they can. I'm sorry. Through the Down Syndrome Society, there is a link there that they can download. Yes,
Wonderful.
of course I'm right.
What a
I was
lovely-
thinking my site. I don't have it on my own site. What
We
am I
need to-
thinking?
We need to work on that.
Yeah.
Also, want to talk about, aside from the music and
Little
we've
book.
ventured into books. Can we talk about
Yeah,
this?
sure. This is actually I've done a number of books over the years based on songs. So we did a book called The Bump years ago, an Ebenezer Sneezer tune that I did, and this was produced a number of years ago. It's Vicki Boland from the States. Illustrated, very
Beautifully
unusual
illustrated. See if we can show
illustrations.
people here. It's gorgeous.
Lovely pieces. And it's I wrote a song years ago called Proud, and so that's the essence of this book. The chorus goes, you've got to be proud of the people around you, proud of the things that you do, proud of your dreams and feelings inside, never afraid to let them shine through. No, never afraid to make them come true.
Sadly, Fred Penner not included with the
That's
purchase
right.
of this
Yeah,
book.
sorry,
right?
sorry. And there's no DVD or anything with it, or a CD. So you're going to have to send me an email, and then we can maybe talk about the song.
Okay,
But
that's a deal. And
Okay.
I believe your 14th album now is out.
something like that. I've
Wow.
lost track.
Where
a
in the
little bit.
world?
Yeah.
Where in the world?
Yeah, we did that about a year and a half ago, and that's
Wonderful.
making some marks along the way. And
Fantastic. It has been such a pleasure
yeah, thank you.
to be able to chat with you on this beautiful day.
It has been a pleasure. This is a nice way to start a Friday
Isn't
before we continue on our journey here.
And people can always connect with you through your fantastic website.
Through
Very
the,
interactive.
through the website, and send me an email directly. It says send Fred a message. That comes straight to me, and I answer my own email. I don't have somebody who sits in the corner and types out a stock letter.
It's refreshing.
Well, it's always been again part of what I do is I think of myself as accessible, and I want people to feel that as well, because it's that difference thing that we're talking
Well,
about.
since you're so accessible right now,
That's
may I
right.
be so bold as to ask for a request? Can you guess what it would be?
Yeah, the number one request. The cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away. Are you ready? Give me a meow. Go.
Meow.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Now old Mr. Johnson had troubles of his own. He had a yellow cat who wouldn't leave his home. Tried and he tried to give the cat away. Gave it to a man going far, far away. But the cat came back the very next day. The cat came back. They thought he was a goner, but the cat came back. He just couldn't stay away.
More on Real Life coming up after this.